All right then, so now if you check it out over here, this is the exact design that we are going to design now, right? Which is having a box, and inside the box it's having an image box, and it's having this h2 title section, bio section, and an actions section. So this is how you need to wireframe it. So let's go ahead and do that now. Get back over here, go here, and jump into the index.html. Okay, so then we know that this is the place the card 1 it's been finished. So right after this, I'm gonna bring the card 2, right? So here I'm just going to say h2 profile card 2, save it. So now you should be able to see the profile card 2. Okay, so if you wish to have much more space between them, so in that situation what you can do is you can jump into the styles of the container, and you can increase the where it is the container. Yeah, here it is, container. So instead of gap as 20 pixels, along with that I can add some margins as well as, otherwise I can increase the padding. No, I need to increase the gap only, so I can increase the gap as 200 pixels. So now you can see, nope, gap is increasing for this and this. Otherwise what we can do is we should wrap these things into okay, so let's leave it as it is, so don't worry about it. Let's keep it in that way itself. Okay, I'm okay with that. So then what I need to do is I just need to say card 2. So if you check it out over here, inside the card 2 we need to bring the image box, and we need to bring the name, the content section. So we need to bring two sections. One is going to be the image box sections, and the another one which is going to be the content box section. So inside, let's go ahead and start writing the styles for this card 2. So right after here, we can directly start writing the styles for the card 2 itself, or you can focus on container card 1, something like that. Okay, so for the card 2, I'm just going to say width. Of course, it's going to be what we can do is, it is in the vertical directions, right? So I'm going to fix this 640 pixels. All right, so 640 pixels. Then, and height, of course I'm going to fix the height for this as the 275 pixels, something like this. And then the background color of this is going to, for the time being right now, which is going to be red color. But when it reaches less than this, it is still having that. So what I need to do is I'm going to target this card 2, and it should take the width as 100%, and as it should be important. Okay, so I think there is no padding in it. Okay, so this will work perfect. So then now what I need to do is this is going to be displayed as a flex, align items center, and justify the content in the center. But on the mobile device onwards, the flex direction alone should be in the column direction, and the gap between is going to be 12 pixels, something like that. So I don't need this to be a, so box shadow should be 5 pixels, 10 pixels, RGBA. So now I should be able to see I do have some shadow effects over there. Then I need to have the padding effects. Padding should all the corners, it should be 10 pixels. All right, so let me make this height as well as auto for the time being. Later we can add something else. And then border radius is going to be something like 6 pixels. These are just the trial and errors. You should be adjusting it according to your own perspective, right? Now inside this image box, I'm gonna keep bringing the same image itself, nothing else. So let me copy this, and now let me minimize it, card one again. Inside this, I'm gonna bring that image, so you should be able to see the same image over here. So I'm gonna target this image box right now. So inside the card one, sorry, card 2, I do have this image box. So for this width, I'm gonna fix the width as, let's say, if that is 640 pixels, we can keep it as 220 pixels. 220 pixels. And the height, I can fix the height a little bit higher. So let's keep it as 275 pixels. Okay, now we should be able to see that. Then everything inside here should be in the center. So display, flex, align item center, and justify the content in the center. All right, then what I need to do is, for this card, inside the card 2 and in the image box, I do have this image tag. I need to make sure that image should fit perfectly in it. So 100%, height as 100%, and object fit should cover the entire screen. So save it, and it should not overflow outside of it, so overflow hidden. So then the border radius should be 8 pixels, something like this, right? And it is aligned in the center because it doesn't have anything to display for the content. So what I can do is, instead of justify the content also in the center, I can keep it in the starting point. Otherwise, sorry, where it is for this card, I can change this to starting point now. So that will push the image to the all the way to the bottom left. So if I increase the shadow a little bit, 1.5 or something, so you should be able to see some thing over here. For the card, it's better for me to change the background color as F3, F3, F3. So now you should be able to see some color changes over here as well as, okay. So this is how the card will looks like. And as the same way, if I push this to the mobile screen, this is how it looks. So this is how it looks on the normal screen, and on the mobile screen onwards, it will automatically push to it, something like this, okay. So what I can do is, instead of 350 pixels, I can reduce this to, once this reaches less than 450 pixels onwards, it should change the styles. See, this is how it looks. On the 450 pixels itself, this is how it looks. Perfect. So now I need to fix the image box over here. You can see it is not taking the complete image. So I'm gonna copy this. On this particular media query, I'm gonna make sure the width should always take the 100% and mark it as important. Now it should take the complete width. Perfect. Now if I change it to the normal view, this is how it looks. Let's get back to the content box over here. So for the name section, I'm going to use this H4, and I'm going to say with Trivail Ravi, and then I'm going to, inside this H4, I'm going to bring a span tag, and I'm going to say full stack developer, something like this. So now I should be able to see that. Then what I need to do is, right after here, I need to bring a paragraph tag. Then I'm going to say lorem ipsum, a dummy text, which is going to display that text. You should be able to see that it is pushing this height, sorry, the width completely. The content box is pushing that. In order to avoid that, what I can do is, I can do one thing. I can fix the minimum width for this. Minimum width should always be 220 pixels. Save it. Now it will not push it. And even on the mobile view, it is not going less than 400 pixels. See, even on the mobile view, you don't have to worry about it. It is adjusted properly, right? So this is how it looks now. And let's target that content box. Copy this, get back over here. Right after here, .card2.content box, open it. So it should take the width 100% width and height as well as the 100% height, right? So I think this is taking the 100% height now. Inspect the elements. And this is the content box. Okay, this is taking the 100% height outside of it. right? So so perfectly fine. The reason is pushing this completely over here because of this align item center. So if I sorry, because of this align item center only, if I change this, you can see it is pushing the entire content to the top of it. Okay, so right now I don't need these align item centers, and as well as if I switch it to the mobile screen, it is still perfectly fine. So I don't need to align it using it in the center way. So now all I have to do is to focus on the h4, which is inside the content box. So dot card2 dot content box h4. So this is how you need to write these styles. You just need to play around all these options and everything. That's quite complicated for the very first time, but you will get through it. Don't worry. You will definitely get through it. Okay, perfect. So now for this h4, I'm just going to say font size. I'm going to fix the font size as a 1.5 eminent points, something like that. Then I'm going to fix the color as hash, or what we can do is we need to fix some colors for the name, right? Okay, let's say hash 555 itself. Yep, I think that's perfectly fine. Then copy this one more time, and inside this I do have the span tag, and for that I'm gonna say font size as 1 eminent points, and then display as blog, something like that. And if you feel it a little bit, then I'm just going to say 0.75 eminent points, something like that. And then the text color should be 777. I think that's perfect now. Then I can target the inside the content box. I do have the paragraph tag, paragraph p tag, open it, font size is 16 pixels, save it, and margin, which is going to be top and bottom 10 pixels, left and right 0 pixels, perfect. And letter spacing, which is going to be 1.25 pixels. So this is how it looks. Then text align should be justify, which is aligned perfectly, and I can increase it something like this. Now that looks way much better. Perfect. Then what I need to do is I need to bring the action buttons right after that. So in order to bring the right after that the action buttons, I need to say after the content box, I'm just going to say dot actions, action buttons, something like this. And where open the card, and I'm going to copy this, paste it, and I need to wrap this into let's say keep it as a bottom section, and inside the bottom section I'm going to bring the action buttons, and I'm going to bring this socials as well as something like this. See, this is how it looks. All right, so if you feel the difference over here, see right now I just pasted the bottom section, so that bottom section needs to be wrapped inside the content box. So what I need to do is I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to wrap it right after this paragraph tag, and now you should be able to see over there. Okay, so I don't need this subscribe. I can simply keep it as this, as hire me, something like this. All right, so let's go here and copy this bottom sections and target this card count 2 dot bottom sections, open it. This should be having the width as 100%, and margin top should be auto. Okay, so it's not pushing it automatically all the way to the bottom. And it is not, the reason why it's not pushing is because the content box height is up to that point only. That's the reason it's not pushing down. So adding that particular style, it's pointless. Okay, so what I can do is I can add it to the margin top. Let's say 20 pixels, something like that. I can push it more than that. Oops, not beyond that. 14 pixels, something like this. I think that's more than enough. Okay, then anything which is comes inside this, it should be in the display in a flux row directions. Now it will be looks like this, and align items in the center, then justify the content space between them, so they will be pushed like this. Then I can target the button. So I think I already written the styles for the button on some point for the card one. Yeah, so I'm gonna copy. Okay, not necessary, so we can write the styles for that. So inside this button sections, I do have the action buttons, and inside the action buttons I do have this button. For that button, I'm just going to say border none, outline none, save it. Okay, then I'm just going to change the background color as RGB as this color. Then I'm going to bring the padding, which is going to be top and bottom as 16 pixels, left and right as, let's say, 48 pixels, something like this. It looks like that. Then border radius as 6 pixels, and color as white color. Save it. This is how it looks. Then right after this, I'm gonna copy the styles of the socials, where it is socials. I think this is the one. Copy this and paste it over here, and remove this margin. We don't need the margin, and I don't need this as well as, and I'm going to increase the gap as 20 pixels. So this is how it should looks like. Perfect. All right, so now if I switch back to the normal, this is how it looks on the mobile screen. Perfect, right? So in this we can make some changes. What we can do is, we can adjust the styles for the first we can write some styles for the bottom. Let's fix the bottom section, copy it, and right after here, and let's change the flex direction to column. Now the flex direction is in the column, and I can target the action buttons dot action buttons. It should take the 100% width, 100% width. Now the button will be pushed to the bottom over here. Then inside these action buttons, copy this right over here. I do have the button, so button should take the 100% width, 100% width. Now it should looks like this. Then after this button, for this action button, we need to add some margins. Top and bottom, it should take 10 pixels, left and right 0 pixels. So now we should be able to have some space. Then inside the bottom section, we do have this socials, right? Dot socials. So that should take the width as 100%. Right? This is how it looks like. Perfect. I think instead of margin top, I can add the margin bottom as 20 pixels. I think this is more than enough. And now inside the content section only, we do have this h4, right? So for that, what we can do is content box text align center. Now this is how it looks like. All right, on the mobile screens, something like that. On the big screens, something like this. All right, so we successfully finished the profile card 2. So let me click it, make the changes, profile card 2 completed. Click it and click here, and before pushing these changes, click here, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, and let me duplicate this one, change this to card 2, delete this image, click over here and oops, select this and paste it and align it in the center of this. Okay, this is how it looks on the big screen, and let me get the screenshot of the small screens as well as. So this is how it looks on the small screen. Copy it and paste it. Let me keep this one over here and let me keep this one over here. All right, then now we can export this image, export the card 2, bring this on this particular side, get up over here, click this card 2 and drop it inside the snap. We have this. Get back to the readme file and then simply copy from here and paste it. If we get into the basics formatting, if you're able to see any other, I think if there is anything to do with for separator, if I search for separator or divider, nope, there is nothing, something like that. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, we are looking for this footnote, my reference. So this is how the footnote will looks like. All right, so let's keep it in that way, as simple as that. Change this to 2 and change this to card 2. I think so. That's the name. Yes. Nope. Rename this. We don't need any unwanted space. Card 2. Yes, it is. So save these changes. Click here. Changes. Project card 2 completed. Click it. Click here. Pull or push to this. And now I think still it's uploading. All right, so now if I go here and if I click this, you should be able to see the profile card 2, which we completed. This is on the big screen and this is on the mobile screens. So this is how it looks like. All right, so we successfully finished the profile card 2. So let's go ahead and start working on the next UI component.